Hi, I'm Meg. We're going to go through a whole body flow today. There's going to be a little bit of dynamic work, a little bit of stretchy work, but you'll recognize a few of the movements from the program so far. We're putting it all together and we're going to have a good time. Let's get started, straight into it. Feet are going to be at hip distance apart. We're going to go for a nice big circle up to the ceiling. Let's clasp the hands today and go for a big stretchy. Push those fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, and maybe you even come up off your heels because you're stretching yourself out so far. Take another breath in, and then as you exhale, bring those hands down through the center. We're going to roll back up through the spine. Circle the arms up. We're going to take them back down, circle them forward towards me. Hands come into the shoulders, push the palms out and C-curve through the spine. Take a deep knee bend and then push those palms up to the ceiling and go for another stretch up. As you exhale, circle the arms down. Bend the knees, circle the arms forward into your shoulders. Push out, bend and C-curve. Inhale, move that up to the ceiling, stretch out. Come down, circle one more of those. Scoop up, inhale. Exhale, push forward, round. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, come down. We're going to step the feet out wide into our parallel wide stance. Hands come onto those thighs. Push the hips back. We've been here before. Let's take these flat back little thigh massages. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down the outsides of the thighs. Squat, drop the head. Inhale, slide the hands back up the front of the thighs. Push the thighs away, flat back. Exhale, down we go. A little pressure on those hands. So you're really opening up and just massaging the connective tissue, running down and up your legs. Let's go one more inhale. Exhale, down we come. Rolling up through the spine all the way up to a standing position. We're going to take turn out with the feet. So just turn the feet out to the diagonal. Bend the knees, come into your second position. Let's take the backs of the hands to the insides of the knees. Again, another moment from earlier in the Sealies. We're going to go for a side reach this time. Inhale, left arm goes over the top and stretch through the left leg. Exhale, come back to that second position, back of the hand to the inside knee. Inhale, over we go, other side. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Exhale, come back through that wide second. Let's go all the way around this time. Inhale, reach over, curl through the spine, take the back of the hand to the knee. We've got C-curve here. And then over to the other side. Inhale, exhale, back through the middle. Over we go to the other way. Inhale, long reach. Curl it around, chin to chest, shoulders away from the ears, tuck the pelvis. Over to the other side, in breath. And then open back out into your second position. We're going to take a side reach. Right arm goes overhead. Then we're going to stretch through both legs and reach that right arm up to the sky. We're going to lift our back heel, our right heel, and turn it to face a parallel position. So we've got that toe pointing towards me. We're going to take our left hand onto our chest and go for a lunge, reaching over with that side body and reaching forward with your underneath arm. Inhale, reach in two directions here, and then stretch through that front leg, bring that hand back to your chest. Exhale, take it down, side bend, side lunge. Inhale, forward. So a little presentation of your heart out towards me, and at the same time we're getting a twist through the thoracic, bringing that underneath shoulder forward so we really open up the side body. Exhale down, inhale up as you come to stand. Push the front heel into the floor to use those glutes. Let's go for one more. Coming down, hold this one here, hold for a breath in. We're going to come into our twisted lunge, so dropping that top arm to the floor inside that left foot, and then we're opening up. Taking that left arm up to the ceiling, we breathe into our twisted lunge. We're going to circle that arm all the way forward, reach forward and swivel yourself around, walking the hands over to our twisted ninja. Do we remember this one? Picking up that side toe, that left toe to the ceiling, and then unfolding your right arm up to the ceiling, taking a breath in. As you exhale, bend through both knees and walk the hands back around into your twisted lunge, picking up that back heel, reaching up to the ceiling. Inhale, circle it forward and around. Find your twisted ninja, inhale. Exhale, back into your twisted lunge, pick up that back heel, pick up your belly button. Coming through, last time, find that twisted ninja, take a breath in, and then coming into your twisted lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, circle the arm and land it on the inside of your front foot here. So 2 hands inside our left foot. We're going to drop the back knee here for a moment. Sink the hips down, making sure that your underneath ankle is right under that knee up here. We want a 90-degree angle through that knee as much as we can. We're going to push into the hands and tuck the pelvis, lift the belly. Lift the chest away from the floor, bringing your pubic bone forward towards this front heel here. We're going to take a little lift with that back knee. The back knee lifts, however, we don't want our hips to go up. So as you lift the knee, we don't let the hips fly up to the sky. We're trying to let the hips drop down towards the floor, yeah? So maybe your knee only lifts about 1 centimeter off the ground. We're working into our hip flexors here, so you'll feel that extension come into the front of the thigh there. We're going to take our lift and lowers for a moment here. Keep tucking through that pelvis. Keep trying to bring the pubic bone up towards that front heel, lifting your belly button up towards your spine, and every time you lift your knee, letting the hips sink down a little bit lower. Take one more breath in as we lift up. Hold this one here. Wherever you can, we're just going to rock forward, bringing that knee over the front toe, and then pushing the heel back behind you. Breathe in, push the crown of the head out, long, long spine. Exhale, heel goes back. Make sure the shoulders are down away from the ears, nice and relaxed, upper body. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, push back, little calf stretch, and then let that knee lower to the floor. Let the hips sink down, take a breath in, and let's recover by just pushing back, hips over that back knee, and let's circle through the hips. Little circles, little mini massage, and then take it around to the other side. Nice long breath here. And then setting it down, tuck that back toe if it's not already tucked, lift that back knee. Let's find our twisted lunge again. Inhale, unfold left arm to the ceiling, circle it around, drop that back heel, find your twisted ninja once again, and then we're going to go twisted ninja to the other side. So walk to the other side. Pick up that right toe to the ceiling, unfold your left arm to the sky. We breathe in, twisted ninja. Exhale, we're finding our twisted lunge on the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread it through, twisted ninja. Thoracic twist, open the chest. Exhale, bend and switch. Keep your belly lifted to your spine the whole time. Circle it forward, twisted ninja last time. Come through, find that twisted lunge. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to windmill up to our standing position. So let's scoop the underneath arm forward, drop that back heel, and just find that standing position. 2 arms at chest height. And let's make sure our left heel back here is in a parallel position. Breathe in, taking your left arm, our right arm to our chest. Left arm goes up to the ceiling. Breathe in, reach up tall. Exhale, let's come into this side bend, presenting that heart forward. Reach towards me with that underneath right hand. Inhale, up. Exhale, over we go. So really try and get that long side body stretch all the way from your fingertips down to the knife edge of your foot. Inhale, lift. Belly button's pulling to your spine, and try and get the tuck through the pelvis, tailbone down towards the floor. Reaching out, pushing into the front heel to recover. Let's go one more and hold this one here. Try and look to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then we're taking both hands down inside that front foot. Lift your back heel, and let's prepare to do these knee drops on this side. So push the hands into the ground. Have a look that your front ankle is underneath that knee there. Let's drop the knee down to the floor. Tuck the pelvis, bring the pubic bone up towards that front heel. Belly button lifts up towards the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. And when you're ready, tucking your back toe to lift that back knee. Float it off and stretch it as much as you can. Let's see how low we can get these hips. Can they sink down as we lift that knee? So there's a little bit of a counter effect. Opposite directions, the knee goes up, but the hips sink down. Keep the belly lifted. Doesn't matter how high you're getting that knee. We want to just keep those hips lower. The knee lift just adds into the extension of that hip flexor. Let's take 2 more. Keep pushing the mat away and lifting the belly button up. Inhale. Exhale, last one, little push up. Let's hold this one here and take our rocks forward and back. Push that heel right back to the back of your mat, and then rock that knee forward over your front toe. Push the head out long so the spine is long. Breathe in forward, exhale back, sliding those hips down low. One more. And then drop that knee down to the floor. Push the hips back over that back knee and give them a little circle. Roll those hips around both ways. And when you're ready, pushing into the hands, we're going to take that front leg and just step it back into our all fours. It'll wiggle through the hips. And then sit those hips back down into your child's pose. Head to the floor for a deep breath in. Staying for your exhale, we're going to roll up through the spine on your next inhale, belly to your spine, rock over those wrists. Exhale, rocking back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back through that arch spine position. Push every vertebrae up to the ceiling for the whole of this rock. And then let's add in our arm circles. Next time you come forward, sweep your back arm forward, up to the ceiling, and then all the way back as you lower those hips to your child's pose. Other side, inhale, front arm. Exhale, land. Let's keep going, 3 to each side. Exhale, mount. Inhale, reach those fingertips in the biggest circle you've ever taken. Expanding through that chest. Let's take one last one. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, land it down. We're going to roll up through the spine, but this time shoulders come over your wrists and the hips are slightly forward of our knees. We're in a little press position, a half plank. Inhale, push the mat away, tuck the pelvis, tailbone down to your heels. We're going to take a bend through the elbows. Slide those elbows past your rib cage. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, sit those hips back. So a cheeky little tricep press here. Rolling back forward, spinal roll out into that half plank. Shoulders drop down, belly lifts, tailbone tucks. Half chest press. Doesn't matter how big this is. Maybe it's only 25% bend through the elbows. It's not how big the movement is. It's about keeping that form. Roll it forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Try and keep the thighs away from the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Let's take one more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink it back. We're going to roll back forward, but this time tuck your toes and send your hips up to a downward dog. Chin to chest, heels draw to the floor. We inhale and rise. Roll straight back through that plank position where we lower our knees straight away. Untuck the toes, send the hips back, find your child's pose. Inhale, roll it forward. Tuck the toes, press the hips up, fold into your downward dog. Inhale, rise, roll through the spine, curve, 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 chin on the chest till the last moment, lower the knees, untuck, fold back, exhale, one more, inhale, forward. Tuck those toes, send the hips back. Can you hold this downward dog position? Breathe in, pushing the mat away, lifting the belly. Exhale, lower those heels, melt them to the floor. We're going to very gently release our back leg, just a little mini release. We're stepping it over to the outside of our little finger here. So we're into this lunge position once again, pushing our hands into the floor and push into the feet so your hips are up nice and high. We're going to pull our back knee into our left elbow, our right elbow rather, the one at the back of the mat. Pull that knee in, curve through the spine, send that leg back out into your lunge, and then unfold your right arm up to the ceiling for your twisted lunge position. We circle that forward, land it on the floor and push the hips up. Find your downward dog position. We inhale, release your front leg, step it to the outside of your little finger for your lunge. Pull your back knee into that opposite elbow, lift your belly, curl the spine, step it back, lunge, unfold into twisted lunge, left hand to the ceiling, inhale, circle it forward, step back, find downward facing dog. Let's go other side, little release, step wide, pull the knee in, curl, step it back, unfold into that twisted lunge, inhale, reach it forward, step up, downward dog. Let's go other side, step wide, pull the knee in, exhale, inhale, twisted lunge, reach it out, one more to each side, downward dog, Out we go. Release the back leg. Pull the knee in. Step it wide. Unfold, twisted lunge. Reach it forward. Step back. One last time. Front leg. Pull the knee in. Unfold, twisted lunge. Big breath in. Expand to circle. Step it back. Find that downward dog. Take a breath. And as you exhale, let's roll it forward. This time let those knees drop to the floor and fold yourself back to find your child's pose. Forehead rests on the mat. A nice deep inhale for yourself here. Let's take a long deep breath in here. On your exhale, we're going to roll up through the spine, all the way up into our seated position. On our heels, we're going to walk the hands back. Fingertips pointing towards your toes, and take our hip press here. So before we go, let's tuck the pelvis. Pubic bone up towards the sky, sit bones down towards your knees, and we're going to push the hands into the mat and open the chest. Take your breath in. Exhale, bend and melt it down. Really bend those elbows, collapse the chest. Let the shoulders roll forward. Inhale, keep tucking that pelvis, open up, hang that head back if it's comfortable for you. Exhale, down we go. Let's go one more time. Inhale, big expansion through the front of the body. Exhale, melt it down, chin to chest. Push off those hands and let's just forward fold into this child's pose. Leave the fingertips where they are. Head comes to the floor and just let the shoulders roll off the back in this one. On an exhale, let's roll back up to our seated position. Sitting on the heels. And this time we're just going to drop the hips towards me over to one side and bring yourself into your zigzag position here. So we've got our front leg in that little 90-degree angle, back leg in that zigzag. Swing the arms around and let's take our twist. So we've got our back hand by our hip, our front hand by our knee. Little chest press here. We take an inhale, lift those knees up, heels on the floor, over to the other side we go. Set the hands up, one at your hip, one at your knee, chest press, exhale. Inhale, lift those knees, reach two hands forward, over to the other side. Exhale, chest press into that twist. Inhale, lift one more round to the other side. Inhale, exhale, drop. Inhale, lift, come through the middle, around to the other side. This time we're going to take our back arm and sweep it as we extend that back leg. Push into the hand, lift the hips. We've got our flash dance. Inhale. We exhale, slow lower of those hips to the floor. Pick those feet up, rocking back on your hands this time. And then reaching that top leg out, finding yourself in that flash dance position. Inhale, reach fingertips away from toes. Exhale, gentle lower to the floor. Roll back on those hips, picking those knees into your belly and switching it over. Inhale, flash dance, hips forward, shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, melt the hips to the floor, sweep the arm around, sweep the knees in. Here we go, inhale. Expand through these movements, take them at your own pace. We're going to take one more to each side. Big breath in. One last one. Make the most of it. Press those hips long away from you. Inhale. Exhale, melt it down to the floor. Pick those knees up and stand the feet on the mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to release our back arm forward in front of us. We keep this hand out by our hips, nice and stable. We're going to push the hips up to the sky for a little bridge as we circle this top arm all the way up and over to reach out long overhead. Breathe in, hips go to the sky. Exhale, slow lower of those hips to the floor. Let's take two hands to reach forward. So a little moment for our core. Breathe in, reach. Exhale, back hand goes out by your hips. You might want to take fingertips away from your sit bones this time. Inhale, push through the hand and the heels. Big circle up and over with that top arm. Inhale. Exhale, slow lower with strength and control. Two hands forward to feel the belly work. Switch it over to the other side. Inhale, big press up. Exhale, lower with control. Switch the hands. Over we go, other side. Use the strength of the back of the body, the strength of the glutes and the hamstrings to push those hips up to the sky. Let's go once more on each side. Slow, lower. Belly work. Switch it over. Inhale up. Exhale, down we come. Take 2 hands forward. Let the legs extend out in front. Flex through the feet. Reach up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold over these legs. Collapse the chest. Chin is on the chest and we're hanging our head. Let the shoulders roll off the back and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we can slowly roll up through that spine. Take the hands behind the knees, stand them on the floor. And then let's roll ourselves down onto our backs nice and slowly. Bring the knees in for a little squeeze. A nice little moment for your lower back and your hips. We're going to come into a little quad stretch here. We're going to slide the hands to the outsides of the ankles. Holding onto your ankles, we're going to plant those feet nice and wide. So maybe they even go wider than your mat. Take them as wide as you need to still hold on with your hands as much as you can. But if you can't reach your feet, that's perfectly fine as well. Just let the arms relax down by the side. So holding on if you can, we're going to take our front knee and drop it down towards the floor, inside, towards the midline. So you've turned that leg inside out into an internal rotation. You've got the sole of the foot looking up towards your face here. We're just going to let that knee hang there. This one's for your psoas, coming up through the front of the hip and into the lower back, and also opens up all the way down the thigh, through the quads, into the kneecap there. So stay here and maybe just draw your chin in towards your neck so the back of the neck is long. Relax the lower back towards the floor and breathe into that whole line all the way down to your knee. It's like someone's got a heavy weight on the end of your knee, letting that drop, weighting it down towards the floor. Stay for one more breath in. And as you exhale, let's pick that knee up, still holding on to that ankle, and swap it over to the other side. So back knee comes down on the inside. Try and relax the rib cage, the chest, the belly and the lower back, and breathe into that line. Imagine you're breathing in from your kneecap all the way up the front of the thigh and into the lower back. And then as you exhale, pick that knee up, holding on to both ankles. We're going to press these hips up to the sky. So push down through the heels and press your hips up into your bridge pose once again. Inhale, right up, heels down, hips up. Exhale, roll down through the spine. Can you keep the sacrum off the floor for as long as you can? Inhale at the very bottom. Exhale, drop the lower back, drop the belly, and roll back up through that spine, pushing down through the heels. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down through the spine. We've got one last one. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, peel that spine up off the floor. Drive the heels into the ground. And again, imagining you're inhaling from your kneecaps all the way up into the very top of your shoulder. Exhale, melt down. We're going to take our knee drops once again. So drop your knee down, your front knee down to the midline. And then this time, let's just pick it straight up and go over to the other side. So just switching between the two legs from side to side in your own time. A little immobilization for those hip joints. So not often do we get to use the internal rotation in the hip joint. You want to imagine that full acetabulum really getting a little massage from the top of the hip joint there, yeah? So see if you can feel that femur just rotating in that hip socket, giving it a massage. Letting those quads open up, letting that psoas open up. And then let's just land with one knee down towards the floor and take a long breath into this. As you exhale, maybe that knee gets closer to the floor. Maybe you can release some tension. And then we're going to pick that knee up and go over to the other side. Try to remember to let the lower back drop down to the floor so we're not pushing up. Maybe don't push that chest to the ceiling. Try and let it collapse to the floor. One last long breath in here. And then as you're exhaling, slowly pull that knee up to the sky. Take the hands to the knees and draw the knees into the belly. Give them a squeeze and roll around on that lower back. A nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, we're going to take these hands overhead and those heels up to the sky, ready for your dead bug legs. Let's breathe in from our fingertips, breathe in from our heels, push the feet away like you're pushing the ceiling away. And then exhale, drop those heels heavy and bounce them on those hamstrings. Inhale again, push it away. Really work the power in the legs, really work the stretch in the arms. Inhale like a straw. Exhale, drop it, bounce it. Calves bouncing on hamstrings, ankles nice and loose, all those toe joints nice and loose. Let's take one last one. Breathe in, push away. And exhale, let that go. Bounce it out and take one last little shake of these legs in the air. When you're ready, we're sliding out into our Shavasana. Out it goes, feet long, arms exactly where they need to be for you today. Maybe they stay overhead, maybe they come to your belly or down by your sides. Let your eyes close and give in to gravity pulling you down to the floor. Let all of that work, all of that chaos, leave your body through the back surface to bring you heavier and deeper down into the mat. I encourage you to stay in this position, resting for a while. It's a little bit longer, that one, a little bit dynamic. And you're at the completion of your stretch and mobility program. So stay and soak it up. Take a moment to go back over your time, the moments you enjoyed, the moments you found a challenge, and those that you overcame. To bring yourself into this final moment. Feel free to stay. I'm going to wrap things up, so gently rolling onto your side if you want to finish off with me. We're going to make our way up into a seated position. Thank you for joining me for your final dynamic flow. I hope you enjoyed your stretch and mobility program.